today's vlog. It's going to be kind of more of just a sit down again. And I'm going to just talk about a time while we were matched with Jackson's birth mom, of how my mind had to be changed, and there was a certain conversation that helped change my viewpoint of how things should be and everything. But I wanted to update you on a couple things before I go on into that story. First is, we will be finalizing Della's adoption on Monday, October 28th. We're really excited about that. And then we will be having her sealed to us later on, and I will do a separate vlog about sealings and what they mean to us and everything. So, yeah. And then don't mind my lack of makeup, and if I sound a little funny. I don't know if I just have sinus problems or if it's like a head cold, but I'm not wearing makeup because because my eyes were like leaking throughout the night, so I woke up with a bunch of gucky stuff around my eyes, and I didn't want that to happen today and to have mascara smeared everywhere. And then I also didn't I'm not wearing my contacts today because I couldn't do it. My eyes are hurting because of the pressure, my head's hurting from the pressure, and my sinuses are just, yeah, the pressure is not fun. And that's why there's no makeup. And yeah, I mean, it's not like I wear makeup every day, but I try to wear it when I do the vlogs because I want to look decent, but it's not like, I'm not gonna not vlog because I'm not wearing makeup. Yeah, I'm just not gonna have to, I just won't worry about that. But, anyway, let's jump in to what I wanted to talk about in this vlog. Alright, so today I wanted to discuss just a little bit about how a little conversation with my sister-in-law helped change my point of view with Jaxon. So when we were matched with Jackson's birth mom, I did a lot of like research and Googled a lot on spina bifida, and he has the worst, and I'll try not to butcher it because I butcher it all the time. It's myomeningeal, and with that, with a lot of spina bifida kids, or people in general, they have hydrocephalus, which is a lot of fluid buildup in the ventricles in the brain, and because there's so much, they don't have a way to drain it like on their own. So usually a shunt is put in their head, and that helps drain it, and it goes down into their abdomen, and then the body can flush it out normally. Just, yeah. So usually with hydrocephalus you need help with that. And then he also has he was diagnosed with bilateral club foot, which is both of his feet are clubbed. And so and you know, his club feet were because of the spina bifida. So with all that all the diagnosed things that we were given, I read into it, and yeah, it was like super scary to like know, well, this could happen. could probably not do this and this and this and this. And, you know, we didn't have that sit down prior to his birth with the doctors about what it could be, what it could mean for him, like what he may or may not be able to do. And doctors usually give you the worst scenario. And so we just kind of did that. Now, they did discuss with us, like we mentioned in our first video of becoming no, it wasn't that one. It was our little video that was with the information on spina bifida, and like talking with doctors, like in that section of the video. I'll try and do a link above so that you can just go to it. Otherwise, you'll just have to go to our page, our YouTube channel page, and scroll and find it. Because this is new, I don't know how to do the link and everything. So I'll see if I can get that done. Otherwise, just go to our page and YouTube page and look at it. But anyway, so they did sit down with us and and tell us that he may, he won't be able to do this, and he'll struggle with this, and da 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 da. But like in that same video, the spina bifida specialist at the hospital where Jaxon was born gave us a lot of hope, because he said never say never. But anywho, so we had I looked up all this information on Google and read articles on like different medical pages, like the Mayo Clinic and whatever other pages I looked at. And when we were first matched, we had our families pray with us that he'll be okay, he'll be healthy and strong. And a lot of my prayer was about that it wasn't as bad as they think, or he won't, he doesn't have all this other stuff that they say he does, or like just things like that. Because even though we chose to go this way to pursue this adoption, I mean, we chose to follow the promptings that we got, and it still didn't mean it wasn't scary. Like, I mean, nobody thinks that they're going to have a child that will have different abilities, that won't be normal. If I was able to have biological children, like, who was to say I wouldn't have had a child with spina bifida, or a child with different problems. And that's why we were okay with adopting children, or a child with disabilities, with different abilities, because who's to say we wouldn't have it biologically? So why should we be prejudiced about it through adopting? So that's where our mindset was. And so so I would just pray that it's not as bad as the doctors say, and he doesn't have club feet, and his hydrocephalus isn't bad, or isn't really there, and he doesn't have as bad of a spina bifida as the doctors say he does, and things like that. Because sometimes doctors are wrong, sometimes screenings are wrong, and you don't know how bad things are. And so that's why I had that. But then I was talking with my sister-in-law, and she her and my brother-in-law have a son with autism. And she told me about a time that I don't know if she was talking with her family member or friends or whatever, and it was about him and how sad that he wasn't perfect and da 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 da. And she said, you know what? He is perfect. God made him perfect for how he needed to be. And that totally changed my whole thought process and changed how I needed to pray from what she said. You know, we're not all the same. We all think differently. We look differently. We act differently. We have all these different things about us. Not one person is the same. And we are perfect the way we were made. So her saying that Jaxon is perfect the way he was made, and the way God wanted him to be made, then I needed to be praying totally different. And that's what I did. I started praying about that he'll continue to grow healthy, that he'll and that he'll continue to grow. But I also was praying that he'll have darn fly. Do you see that fly? Anywho, that he would be determined, that he would be a hard worker, that he would have a fighter spirit to help him. And my prayers were answered. He is determined. He's determined to conquer things. He's determined to figure out ways to help him do things that other kids can do. He is a major hard worker, and that goes with his determination. He works hard to do something that is so simple for us. He has to think extra hard to walk. He has to think extra hard to kick his leg. And that comes so easy to us because we don't really have to think about it. We're so used to being able, like those of us who are normal, air quotes. I mean, there's really no normal, but that's how society has made us view things, is like those who walk and can do certain things, like that is normal. But this is Jaxon's normal. His spina bifida and what he can do is normal. This is his normal, therefore he's normal. Anyway, so he has to work extra hard, and he has such a fighter spirit, which goes along with all of those. He really does. He fights. I mean, fights literally, and then fights to just be able to succeed in what he does. But we are trying to get him to use those things that will be beneficial for him, that will help him in his life, and not deter him, his success. And I'm so glad that our first child has different abilities, because I can't say for sure because I don't know, but who's to say we wouldn't have taken the milestones he reached for granted if he was normal, if he didn't have spina bifida, and we cried and cheered so hard when he started army crawling. And he didn't start army crawling until he was 15 months old. So he wasn't really mobile. He would roll around, but that's all he could do. But, and then when he was able to his first steps, or learning how to use a wheelchair, or different things, we cried and we were so happy and cheering for him. And I like to think that Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ, they cheer for us as well when we succeed in things that we're doing, and things that we have a desire to do. And I feel like being a parent, like we kind of have a way, like a viewpoint of like how Heavenly Father feels like if we don't, you know, follow rules or commandments or things like that. Like his heart breaks, like our heart breaks when our kids choose to make poor choices and things like that. But like I really believe that they cheered along with us when he made milestones, and we don't take for granted Levi's or Della's developmental milestones. We cheer them on just as much. Do we cry when they do it? No, because it even though they have to work on it, it's not as hard for them to get it, to be able to do it. Where it was a lot harder for Jaxon because he had to like really put a whole lot of thought into the process and how to do it. So yeah, I'm so grateful that I had this talk with my sister-in-law when we were waiting for Jaxon to be born, and I wouldn't change it or change adopting Jaxon for the world. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and then go hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you can be notified the next time we upload a video. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you stay healthy and don't get sick because it is not fun. But you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.